fabulous people. I hope you all are having a good morning so far. If you're not, that's okay. Grab your coffee and prepare yourself for another great segment of Crystal's Coffee and Conversation. I'm your girl, Crystal herself. I want to, first of all, thank everyone whom has already watched my previous video. Thank you all for also subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you haven't, that's okay. More important than the numbers is the impact that I'm making. So it's all good either way. If you all did watch my last video, which you can still check out at any time, if you did watch it though, you were able to hear a young man share his story of going from being a personal trainer in a parking lot with one client to now he is this influencer in his community, and he has over 400 clients under his mentorship. But not only that, he went from the parking lot to the palace, as they say. He went from the parking lot to a 3-level facility that he actually owns. Not a penny is owed on that building. And if that's not enough to really encourage you and tell you that yes, you can, I don't know what will. But with all of that being said, he also spoke about his journey. He spoke about his faith, and he spoke about the vision. He spoke about how he received that prophetic word, and he kept it in mind at all times. He held on to his faith, and he worked hard. And I believe that with all of those things combined, success is in the horizon for all of us. One of the things that he kept talking about, though, was his faith. And I think that's funny because my next guest is actually someone near and dear to my heart, and her name just happens to be Faith. And I want to welcome her, and I want to introduce you all to none other than Miss Faith Sewell Melton. Hey, Faith, how are you?
Hey, I'm well. How are you?
I see you're sipping, but I don't know if that's coffee, but I will accept it. Is that coffee?
It's coffee.
Well, I'm going to put mine down. But first of all, I just want to say thank you for taking time out to actually speak with me. I'm super excited to have you here. You look absolutely amazing, as always. But just take a minute and introduce yourself to everybody, just in case they don't know who you are.
My name is Faith Sewell Melton, and I actually am an owner of a little boutique called Simple Beauty Boutique, where I sell hair care that I make myself in my own kitchen. And I sell hair extensions, clip-in extensions, and I sell Brazilian wigs.
Awesome, 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 awesome. And speaking of hair, your hair is on point. But I did want to correct one thing you said. You said little, baby. Ain't nothing little about what you're doing. So correct that. But let me ask you, I know you anyway, but how did you get started with the whole hair care and even just establishing your hairline? What made you want to go in that direction?
So yes, I have been in the hair care industry. Probably I've been in there for about almost 7 years, just working in salons and working with stylists and working with other hair care lines. And I fell in love with the industry. I fell in love with what these service providers could do for their customers and for their clients, and how, they came in feeling one way and left feeling so much, so different, left feeling confident, and just the change that can make in someone. And so I fell in love with that. And I always loved wearing hair extensions and things like that. So I wanted to delve into that industry, but I started first just with hair extensions. I kind of wanted to just get my feet wet and see how, everything would go with it. And I loved it. And I actually started it with my brother years ago. So it was funny because he and I were talking, and I was like, hey, you know what? There's money in the hair industry. This could be our side hustle or our family. Like, we can make it a little family business. So it was something that I kind of went into with him, but I fell in love with it, and it's just something I always wanted to do. So yeah, that's kind of how it started.
Awesome, awesome. What I remember about you when you first started was when you were selling hair in the very beginning, you like had it in your car and you were like, whatever way I got to do it, that's how I'm going to do it. And I just enjoy things like that about people's stories, because we think we're going to like wake up and already like have it all together and be where we want to be. But you didn't start out with your own boutique. You didn't start out that way. You started out with the hair in your car, look what you want, and so I'm so proud of you for toughening it out, because I know that there were probably times you didn't always make the sales that you wanted to make, but you kept going. And so I'm proud of you for that. And that is also very encouraging. Funny that you mentioned your brother, because when we used to try to go out, you and your brother used to argue about everything. It was so funny. Y'all argued in love on each other. It was so funny. But a lot of people probably don't know, some do, a lot of people probably don't know that you lost your brother. And when I look at everything that's going on in the world today with people losing loved ones, I think a lot of people struggle with getting up and pushing forward afterwards. And there is life after the passing of a loved one. But if you had anything encouraging that you could say to someone who has lost someone that they love, what type of encouragement would you give them just for getting up and putting one foot in front of the other?
Just number one, you have to have faith in something. And I don't know, everyone's faith story is different, but for me, it made such a huge difference having faith in God, and having trust in God. And I had to call on him a lot, but it was definitely, I know I have to believe that, he's there. I have to believe there's a God, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
Otherwise, I don't think I would have been sane after everything. I think I would have lost my sanity. So faith is a big thing for me, like just trusting God and praying and, being diligent in that, and just knowing that he, you're not always going to have a stress-free, ease-free life.
Yes.
But he will be right there with you in the midst of it all and through it all. No matter, what you're going through, he will be there with you. He never said, that we would have it easy. But he did say that he would never leave us nor forsake us. So we just have to know he was, he's there. And even when we're going through, just that we have the ability to call on him. Yes. And another thing that helped was family and friends. You guys, just all of my friends and my family, my mom, even though she and I were both going through it, and my sister, we were all going through it together, but just being able to lean on them and having that strong relationship with them, and my husband and my, all my family, my cousins and stuff, and my friends, Tiffany, Christina, Jennifer, Kira, Berlinda, they I just were there, and just so present through it all. So I think there's just strength in that, and just having friends to support you and encourage you, and family to support and encourage you, all my aunts and uncles and everything. So
that's right. Well said. Well said. So to all of you watching, she said 2 key things. She said, no matter what you're going through and where you are in your life, God will be there with you every step of the way. And she also talked about having the support and the love of your family and your friends. So y'all just hang on to that. Now, because I don't want to cry my lashes off, we're going to move on. Even though I know you say lashes, we're going to move on. And I want to talk about your business. I want to talk about the actual products that you're creating, because I know you started to create your own products, correct?
Yeah.
So tell us, I know, and I can't wait for my daughter to try some of your products, because she's actually natural. So I'm excited about that. But tell us about these things that you're cooking up and creating.
Oh my goodness. So one of the things is it's like an entire kit, and it's a hair growth kit. And with this kit, you start with like a pre-poo, and the pre-poo actually is a scrub for the scalp, and it exfoliates and detoxifies the scalp. And so this in this hair growth set, you're going to use the pre-poo first, and you're going to kind of like start with a clean slate. Like, it helps you have that clean slate to start with. So whereas, I've used this analogy before, but if I was an artist and I was going to, do a painting, I wouldn't take someone else's canvas and start just painting on it. I start with a clean canvas, So treating the scalp, you want to kind of get it clean off and ready for the treatment. You don't want to just put it on the issues that are already existing or the concerns that are already existing. So you're going to detoxify and kind of just pull all, everything out that you can, let it get out, and then exfoliate, because that's how you get the dead skin off. Because we do that with our bodies, right? We do that with our face and our skin. But I got to get the scrub if my skin was so soft. But how often do we do it with our scalp? Not as often, because there's not a lot of products out there that offer that. So I wanted to be able to offer that, so that when people do start using the treatment, start using the shampoo, the conditioner, the hair growth conditioner, the hair growth oil, they're kind of starting from scratch with it. And the next product in that line is a shampoo, and it's actually a shampoo bar. And it is moisturizing. Yeah, and definitely all you do is you take the bar, you get in there, you wet your hair down, you take the bar and you just kind of rub it in your hair, and it suds up very well. And it's very moisturizing. So like with my natural hair, I'm able to just like run my fingers through it with the shampoo. Oh, wow. And then the conditioner is just a good conditioner to moisturize your hair. Your strands feel really soft and detangled, and it also has hair growth components in it. And then the last two things in the set is the hair growth oil or serum, and you're going to put that directly on your scalp. And then there is a hair growth leave-in conditioning spray, and you're going to just spray it throughout those curls. And there are other products, and they're all on the website, and there are other supporting products. There's a new shampoo that's an African black soap shampoo, and it is everything. So it has hair growth components in it as well, and it also has moisturizing components. So I can't wait for your daughter to use it too. They're coming. They're on the way. It's just been crazy, but they're on the way, so I can't wait.
I know. I'm excited. Now let me just be honest. I thought that if we just wash our hair with the shampoo from Walmart and the conditioner, like, I'm just being honest, I really thought that that's the way you clean your hair. And when you said detox, I was like, oh my God, they talk about detoxing your body, but no one has ever talked about, detoxing your hair and, starting from scratch with a clean surface. I promise you, like, I never heard that.
Yep.
That lets me know, though, you know your stuff.
I'm trying. I've been doing a lot of research, girl. It's a lot of research and a lot of, like learning, like I said, from the salons and stuff like that. So
yes, but that's awesome. Now, your boutique, right now you're only in Atlanta until you open up some more boutiques?
Well, yes.
Right
now, I am only in Atlanta. I'm located off Memorial. I am in a mini mall. The address is on the website. But it is I think 5615 Memorial Drive, and then I'm Suite 803F. But yes, so I am there just as of now, and will be expanding later.
So let me ask you this: what do you think is one of those misconceptions about being natural? Because I'm going to be honest, when people say to me, be natural, the first thing I think about is nappy. And I know that's not right. And so as time goes on and I see, like, I follow you and I watch the things that you say and do on Instagram and stuff, I'm realizing that no, you can have natural, beautiful hair. But why do you think that a lot of us, when we say natural, like the first thing we think about is like, girl, I can't do that. Why do you think we're like that? Because I know I am. Not anymore, but I was.
Well, because people, first of all, I think that misconception happened years and years and years ago when, like, the perm was a big thing, because people did not know how to manage their hair. They didn't know how to maintain their hair. And there is so much textured hair out there. I mean, you have Caucasian women with afros. You really do. So textured hair doesn't always mean that it's going to be, I don't believe in nappy hair anyway. Let me just say that. Let me put that out there. There's no such thing. Yeah, I know. But that's what everyone thinks of, and that is the word that they, correlate with, like super textured hair with like 4C hair. They think, but no, it's just afro. The curls, it's just so tight that the curls don't even define. So it's kind of afro. It's just very tight, but it's beautiful, But if you know how to manage and you know how to nurture and moisturize and the right products to use, because yes, what you were saying about just going to the store and just grabbing any shampoo and conditioner. Mm-hmm. No, I mean, there are certain things, and it's so much lingo in the hair, in the hair world. But, knowing your hair type, knowing your hair porosity. I mean, there's the porosity is your hair's ability to absorb any product. So some people have a low porosity, and it's hard for the hair to absorb product. So their curls or their, texture may not get as moisturized as it should. But it's a lot of things you need to know about your hair. You need to know your hair's density, about your strands. Are your strands fine or are your strands coarse? Coarse strands can handle more than fine strands. So if you have fine strands, like for an example, braids for me just don't go well. I learned that when my hair fell out,
Right.
My hair fell out, and I realized my strands are fine, and so heavy things on my strands and on my scalp and all that don't work for me. So you have to really learn your hair. I think do research. One thing sometimes we don't, excel at doing. Let me just say that in a nice way. Right. We don't excel at doing is reading and doing research. And that is so essential when it comes to our hair. And so one thing I love doing, and one thing I want to do with my company is educate, my sisters, and educate, my customers on, things they need to know about their hair, and to help grow their hair and help nurture their hair and have healthy hair. And it starts with the scalp. So when we talked about that, it starts with the scalp. A healthy scalp is very important. If you don't have a healthy scalp, you can forget, having healthy hair. I mean, they go hand in hand. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I thank you for educating me. And I'm sorry, I guess it's just a word I grew up with, but you're right.
No, we all grew up with it. We all grew up with it.
Nobody said it's nappy. And I have watched your hair grow. When you show pictures of just your natural hair, your natural hair is beautiful. And so I know the products are working. And so I want to encourage people I'm going to post all of your information, but I want to encourage people to check out your products. So what things do you have going on that we can be looking for? Is there anything major going on that we should be looking out for, Miss Faith?
Oh my goodness. So definitely, if you're not following my Instagram, you need to be following that. So that is my business Instagram. It is at Simple Beauty EXT 2018. At Simple Beauty EXT 2018. So definitely follow that. I'll be announcing, new products. I'll be doing a lot of tutorials. I think that it's just, like I said, educating people on not just what my products are comprised of, and not just how great they are when you use them, but also showing people, I think we do better sometimes by seeing that and seeing the difference. So I don't want people to just, just hear me talk about it, but I want them to see how well these products work. So yeah, you'll get a lot of that, a lot of freebies. I love doing giveaways.
My favorite word.
Hey, I love doing giveaways. Here she is. I know, right? I know. So I love doing giveaways, and some of that will come in the form of products. Some of it might come in the form of a hair. I'm no longer going to be stocking bundles. So as they're selling, they're going to be gone. They will not be restocked. But I'll be doing giveaways on some of the bundles, and it's amazing here, those bundles. And some of the clip-ins, some of the, a wig or two. I've done a good giveaway with a wig already. I've done a giveaway with some bundles too. So just a lot of fun stuff. And also some of the giveaways will be in the form of money. Money. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We all need a little extra change in our pocket.
You gotta say that.
So yeah. So just fun things like that are definitely in collaborations, business collaborations. I love doing those. So just stay tuned. It's just so much that I'll be announcing and doing on my page, and like I said, a lot of business collabs. You might see me at some events, so I'll be popping up. Now I'll announce everything there. So it's just following that page. Yeah.
Awesome. We will make sure to follow you. Now, before I let you go, because I can't let you go without talking about this. You are, I said, a newlywed because it is still new. How is the married life? Like, how is it?
Ooh, girl, new for me. The funny thing is, we've been married for 4 years. I think we've
Oh,
been together for 7. So it seems very new,
yes.
but it's 7 years technically. I don't even count the, I don't count the marriage as the beginning, because I
Right.
count all the time beforehand that, we dated and we lived together.
That's
And
right.
I mean,
Right.
so we technically been married for 7 years. So for me, it is beautiful. My husband is probably, girl, I'll get teary eyed, but my husband is my strength. He is my strength.
Mhm.
I'll just say to anybody out there, one of the biggest things that can be beneficial in any relationship, but especially in marriage, it's just being compatible, and patient. Because he is, I mean, I know, I can be a bit much, but he is so patient with me.
Mhm.
It is such a blessing. And I'm patient with him. There are things that,
Mhm.
you just have to learn to collaborate. I think that's a big thing. People be like, you got to compromise. No. You have to collaborate. And there's a difference in the definition of those terms. And I think it's just that type of thing, just being aware of each other and, compassionate about things, like me going through losing my brother. I mean, he knew Howard, but
Right.
he didn't know him, of course, as long as I knew him.
Right.
And just the fact that he's just so compassionate about it and just so supportive, and you're just everything, things like when it comes to business and it comes to this, it comes to that, he's so supportive, and that is so important, so I wouldn't be able to do anything without him. Like I wouldn't be able, I don't know if I could do life without him now, so
But that's a
hey,
blessing.
you hear that? If I go, you go. No, I'm kidding. But honestly, I don't know that I could do it without him. I'm blessed,
Right.
and so
But that is a blessing, and I know a lot of people, like myself, once you get a little bit up in age, people try to tell you like, oh, well, your clock is ticking, you don't have long left, you better go ahead and get married. But for people like myself, what would you say to us? Because I know you have gone through toxic relationships, and I think a lot of us get stuck in them for so long. But what would you say to Crystal and all of those Crystals out there that are waiting and hoping for that love, but it seems like it's just not happening? What would your encouragement be as it relates to that? You know what I mean?
first thing, number one, is love yourself above all, and be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Know that everybody's timing is different. I think it was this quote a while back, and I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it says, just know that everyone's timing is different, and you may be comparing yourself to the sun, but you might be the moon. You know what I mean? And so your time to shine, or your time for that opportunity, is coming, or it'll be there, but don't compare yourself. You might be a star, so don't compare yourself to the sun and the moon. You just have to know that you are who you are, and love who you are where you are. You know what I mean? Love who you are where you are, and know that these things will happen in time, and trust God. Like, seek him first, and just just be patient. That's the biggest thing, is be patient. I think the funniest part is upon meeting my husband, I didn't want to meet him. I had gotten to where I genuinely did not want a relationship. I was done. I had gotten out of a toxic one a while beforehand, quite a while beforehand, actually. And I had been single for a while, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy life. I'm just going to start, doing things for me, taking care of me, doing me, like enjoying life, and, brainstorming new concepts of things I can do for myself, and reading more. I mean, I just did a lot of things that it just took my mind off of it. And then when his sister was a friend of mine, she was like, I want you to meet my brother. I was like, no. And every time she tried to let me, try to wiggle out of it. But, that was the time, and all the other times that I thought were the time were so wrong, you know, and you'll know when you mesh with that person, and you'll know when like that compatibility that I talked about, that compatibility is there. Like, you know, you will know, because there were so many things that he did that never happened in previous relationships, like opening doors for me and things like just little, it's the small things, that chivalry, that, I mean, just so many small things. Like when we walk, he don't leave me behind. He stopped. If he stopped, you know, I always tell people, you know, when that one comes along, with you're like precious to him, you know, you're like $1 million. You know, when you have $1 million, you don't just put it on the string and drag it behind. No.
Yes, you better say that.
You know, or when you have a diamond, right, an expensive diamond, you don't just throw it on a string and just lug it behind you. No. Where do you keep it? In your pocket, on your side, or right in front of you where you can see it?
Yeah.
And so for me, you know, it was little things like that. You just catch on. And when they start putting you first and treating you like a gem, and like then you know, okay, I'm a value to him. And when you're a value, you know, then everything else just falls into place and strings along. So just know that. Just know, just, you know, when you do date, listen to them, listen to my dogs. When you do date, just, you know, be mindful of those things, and be mindful. You know, you'll see the red flags immediately. I will tell you.
Yes.
Another time before I met my husband, I literally dated a guy, maybe not even a week, and I was like, bye. I ain't giving him the time of day. I didn't give him the time of day, and I'll tell you why. Because those things, the red flags, were showing up immediately. You will come here, girl. My dog showing out. You might have to edit this out, but you will see. you will see the red flags right away, and you'll know, okay, this is not the one. I just can tell already. Don't hang in there for that. Don't try to, you know, don't have that mindset where I can change him. You cannot change a person. You know, no one can change a person. They are who they are. So you either will know right away, okay, I can tolerate this, or know right away, I don't want to tolerate this. You know? Yes. So there are things, you know, easy things you can tolerate, like, okay, well, you know, okay, he farted. Oh my God. You know, it smells really bad, but I can tolerate it because he treats me like the dime that I am. You know, he treats me like that diamond in the rough. But, you know, there are other things, you know, whereas if he's flirting with another woman while you're right there present, then you know, okay, I cannot tolerate this. I will not tolerate this. I think right now, before we even get any further, you know, don't waste your time, because time is so precious. So that's just my.
I love it. And that is so true. Now, don't give me my feelings, because you know I get crying. But that is so true. And that is what I'm learning as I wait and as I heal. It's just, it starts on the inside. Like, you've got to love you first, so you can know what that really feels like, first of all. So I love what you said. And I'm actually going to do a segment next week on toxic relationships, and just how we get stuck. So I appreciate that. Well, I appreciate your time. I'm going to be sure to make sure I post so that everyone will know how to follow you, and so we can support you. I'll be glad when all of this is over, so I can come and get my hair done. Now, even if it's not a giveaway, I'm just saying. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. I'll be definitely reaching out to you soon, but I hope you have a great day. Anything else you want to share with people? Anything else on your heart to say? And I'm not going to put you on the spot. However, she is a singer, but I'm going to leave it at that. Anything you want to, you know, say or share or sing, or, you know, I'm just saying, anything you want to tell the people, honey.
I know I am a singer. You can see, you know, me singing sometimes on my personal page, and that's my at Faith Antoinette on Instagram. I'm not gonna sing on here today now, but I do love singing, and it's something that's always been a passion of mine. I think the only thing I do want to say is just thank you to everyone that has just taken the time to support my business and, you know, make a purchase, or, you know, there's so money into it. Like, everything, all of those things are just a blessing, you know, and I'm so appreciative. Like, I want you to just know I really appreciate it. And I'm growing slowly but surely, but I mean, I have orders. I mean, the boutique has been closed. I actually am just opening back up tomorrow funny enough.
Okay.
So we're just opening them all back up tomorrow. We have been closed for this whole, they could say, crazy COVID-19 fiasco. But yeah, I'm just really grateful, y'all. I'm so humble and grateful, and I just can't tell you how grateful I am, and I'm just thankful. And so thank you so much for just the support, and I hope that everyone gets a chance to get out and come shop, or either shop online. Shopping online is great too, and trying out some of those amazing products. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to all the great things coming from Miss Faith Sewell Melton. We look for everything coming from you. You guys be sure to follow her on Instagram. I'm going to make sure I tag every page that she has. Follow her on every page, every site. Not just for the free giveaways, but for the education, because I'm telling you, one thing that no one can take away from you is that knowledge. And so to get educated on how to take care of your hair is amazing. So I thank God that you have done the research. I'll be reaching out to you soon. Thank you for, where's your coffee? Where's your coffee? Thank you for tuning in to Crystal's Coffee and Conversation. Love you, and I will talk to you soon. I know.
All right. Love you.
Bye, girl.
Bye.